Giant tuna, also known as bluefin tuna, is one of the most valuable and sought-after fish in the world. The process of catching giant tuna requires not only high technology but also patience, endurance and extensive experience of the fisherman. Normally, fishermen will use specialized fishing vessels, fully equipped with modern equipment such as radar, fish finders, GPS positioning systems to determine the location of moving fish schools. There are many methods of catching tuna. The most popular are longline fishing and purse seine fishing. The longline fishing method is often preferred because it helps to preserve the best quality of fish meat. Fishermen will use live bait such as sardines, small mackerel or squid, hook them firmly on the hook and then drop them into the sea. When the tuna bites the hook, the process of pulling the fish up is extremely arduous because the weight of the fish can be up to several hundred kilograms, requiring smooth coordination between crew members and supporting machinery. In addition, the use of purse seine nets is also applied. Especially when large schools of fish are detected, fishermen will wrap the net around the school of fish and slowly pull the net back. Then use a crane to bring the fish onto the boat. However, this technique requires high precision to avoid injuring or killing the fish before bringing them to shore. After being caught, giant tuna are often pre-processed right on the boat, cleaned, quickly frozen or stored in ice to keep them absolutely fresh before being brought to the port for consumption or export. This is a challenging and dangerous job, but it brings great economic value to fishermen and the fishing industry. In addition to traditional fishing techniques, some modern fleets now apply high technology such as multi-beam sonar equipment or underwater cameras to monitor the movements of giant tuna in real time. This helps increase the accuracy in locating schools of fish, saving fuel and shortening fishing time. However, hunting giant tuna is not simply a battle between humans and the sea. But is also governed by many natural factors such as weather, fish migration season and regulations on aquatic resource conservation. Usually, the tuna fishing season takes place from April to October, when warm water currents move and tuna schools migrate towards the shore. Another important point in the fishing process is that fishermen must strictly comply with regulations on minimum size and quantity limits to avoid overexploitation, which seriously affects the bluefin tuna population, which is at risk of depletion. Many international organizations and governments also apply strict inspection and monitoring systems for fishing vessels, requiring the recording of travel logs, the number of fish caught and the specific fishing location after the fish are brought ashore. The classification and quality control process is carried out very carefully. Giant tuna that meet standards for weight, freshness and meat color will be exported to high-end markets such as Japan, where tuna is considered a golden ingredient for famous sushi and sashimi. Even at tuna auctions at Tsukiji Fish Market, Tokyo. The price of a giant bluefin tuna can reach hundreds of thousands, even millions of USD. In short, catching giant tuna is not only a traditional profession that brings in a large source of income, but also a meticulous, elaborate process, associated with experience, technology and awareness of protecting sustainable marine resources. The harmonious coordination between people, Nature and science and technology is the key for the giant tuna fishing industry to continue to develop in the future after the giant tuna is brought into port. The processing begins with strict steps to ensure the quality and commercial value of the fish. First, the fish will be transported to processing facilities that meet food hygiene and safety standards. Here, the giant bluefin tuna will be weighed again, then preliminarily cleaned with cold seawater to remove dirt and remaining blood. The next step is to cut the fish, which requires the dexterity and skills of skilled workers. Giant tuna is often cut into large blocks according to the structure of the fish meat, ensuring that the meat is not crushed or broken. After cutting, the fish meat will be classified according to each quality level based on color, fat and freshness. The parts of the fish meat that are bright red, have even fat and are not bruised will be classified as premium, mainly used for high-end sushi and sashimi restaurants. The remaining meat can be processed into other products such as frozen tuna, canned tuna, tuna sausage, or processed into dishes for domestic consumption. An equally important step in the processing process is preservation. After being cut and classified, the tuna meat will be quickly frozen using modern technology at temperatures from -40 degrees Celsius to -60 degrees Celsius to preserve the quality and natural flavor of the fish. The quick freezing process helps limit the growth of bacteria, while preserving the muscle fiber structure and fat characteristic of tuna meat. Finally, the tuna products will be packaged in specialized packaging. Vacuum sealed to prevent oxidation, then labeled, clearly stating the origin, catch date and quality standards before being put into the cold storage system for preservation and distribution around the world. All stages strictly comply with international standards on food hygiene and traceability, to ensure that consumers enjoy fresh, safe and nutritious giant tuna pieces. Not only famous for its giant size and high economic value, giant tuna is also known as a nutritious food source, bringing many great benefits to human health. Tuna meat contains high protein content, is easy to digest, with all the essential amino acids needed for the body. In particular, bluefin tuna is one of the fish species richest in omega-3. Omega-3 has the effect of reducing blood fat, lowering blood pressure, preventing cardiovascular diseases, while supporting memory enhancement and improving brain function. This is why tuna often appears on the menu of dieters. Athletes or those who are interested in a healthy diet. In addition, giant tuna also contains many important vitamins and minerals such as vitamin B12, B6, vitamin D, selenium, magnesium and potassium. Vitamin B12 helps produce red blood cells and maintain a healthy nervous system. Vitamin D supports calcium absorption, good for bones and joints, while selenium and magnesium act as antioxidants, help strengthen the immune system and slow down the aging process. In addition, tuna meat is low in saturated fat, helps control weight and prevent diabetes. However, because giant tuna is a long-lived fish that accumulates many substances from the marine environment, some opinions also recommend moderate consumption to avoid the risk of absorbing too much mercury or heavy metals. Health organizations often recommend that adults can eat 1 to 2 servings of tuna per week to receive enough health benefits without worrying about risks. In short, giant tuna is not only an attractive specialty with a delicious taste, but also a valuable, nutritional treasure, given by nature. Proper exploitation, processing and consumption of tuna will contribute to providing a quality food source for humans, while ensuring the sustainable development of the seafood industry in the future, not only playing an important role in terms of economy and nutrition. Giant tuna also holds a special place in the culinary culture of many countries, especially coastal countries. In Japan, giant bluefin tuna is considered a national treasure of cuisine. The Japanese consider tuna meat to be the highest quality ingredient for making sushi and sashimi. Fresh, fatty slices of red tuna are thinly sliced, served with vinegared rice, seaweed and wasabi, creating a delicate, refreshing blend. Not only that, tuna also appears in grilled dishes, shabu shabu, hot pot or lemon, served in traditional and modern restaurants throughout the land of cherry blossoms. In Mediterranean countries such as Spain, Italy, Greece, giant tuna is also very popular. People here often process tuna into dishes such as pan-fried tuna, tuna braised in tomato sauce, tuna salad or tuna soaked in olive oil. In particular, bluefin tuna is also an indispensable dish in many coastal culinary festivals, where chefs perform their fish cutting skills on the spot, attracting a large number of visitors. In Vietnam, ocean tuna, including bluefin tuna, is the pride of fishermen in the central region, especially in provinces such as Phu Yen, Can Hoa, Binh Dinh. Tuna meat in Vietnam is processed into many delicious rustic dishes such as braised tuna, grilled tuna in banana leaves, tuna hot pot, or tuna eyes steamed with traditional Chinese medicine, famous for its nutritional benefits. For Vietnamese people, tuna is not only a food source but also a symbol of abundance, perseverance and attachment to the lives of coastal fishermen. In addition, giant tuna is also mentioned in popular culture, movies, books and newspapers, as a symbol of the power of the ocean and the courage of humans before nature. Tuna auctions in Japan or tuna fishing festivals in many countries have attracted great attention, contributing to the promotion of marine culture and traditional fishing. Thus, giant tuna is not only a valuable food source but also a bridge between people and the ocean, between cultures around the world. From economic, nutritional to cultural factors, giant tuna has been affirming its irreplaceable position in human life. However, along with the increasing demand for consumption globally, giant tuna fishing is currently facing many major challenges, especially the issue of conservation and sustainable development of tuna resources. In fact, because bluefin tuna has a long growth cycle, slow reproduction rate and has been overexploited for many years, the population of this fish species in many sea areas is showing signs of serious decline. Many international conservation organizations such as the World Wildlife Fund, WWF, and the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, have listed bluefin tuna as a species in need of urgent protection. To deal with this situation, countries and fisheries management organizations around the world have introduced many strict control policies, such as regulating fishing quotas, limiting the size of fish allowed to be exploited, banning fishing during the breeding season, or encouraging the development of closed tuna farming models. In addition, scientists are also researching more advanced measures such as breeding tuna in artificial environments, developing technology to track tuna migration by attaching electronic chips, in order to collect data for protection and reasonable exploitation. Several initiatives on tuna traceability labeling have also been widely applied, helping consumers choose legally caught, environmentally friendly products. These efforts not only aim to protect valuable resources but also help maintain stable livelihoods for millions of fishermen around the world. While ensuring that future generations still have the opportunity to enjoy the special flavors of the sea. It can be said that giant tuna is a wonderful gift that the ocean bestows on humans. Exploiting, processing and using this resource scientifically and reasonably is the way for us to enjoy the economic, nutritional and cultural values that tuna brings, while joining hands to protect the marine ecosystem. Preserving resources for a sustainable future. Tuna is one of the fish species with high economic value, mainly exploited by traditional methods combined with modern techniques to achieve high efficiency while still ensuring the quality of fish after catching. Among the methods, hand line and long line are the two most popular techniques. To prepare for the fishing process, fishermen need to be fully equipped with specialized tools such as hooks, fishing lines, fishing rods and bait. The bait is usually small fish. Squid or shrimp, kept fresh to attract tuna. Before going to sea, fishing boats are carefully prepared with enough fuel, ice to preserve the fish after catching, as well as positioning devices and radar to determine the fish flow. When the boat reaches the deep sea, where many schools of tuna live, fishermen start to cast their lines. With the long line method, hundreds of fishing lines are cast down at the same time. Each line is hundreds of meters long, with many hooks attached to it. Tuna are often active at night or early in the morning, so fishermen must wait for the right time to drop bait. When tuna bites, the fisherman needs experience to recognize and quickly pull the line, avoiding the fish from escaping or being seriously injured, reducing the quality of the meat. In addition, the technique of catching tuna with a purse seine is also applied in some places. Fishing boats will use large nets to surround the entire school of fish, then slowly pull the net back. However, this method requires coordination between fishermen and must ensure the correct mesh size to avoid catching small or young fish. After the fish are pulled onto the boat, fishermen must preserve the fish by quick freezing or immediately icing to maintain freshness and nutritional value. In general, catching tuna depends not only on technique but also on experience, understanding of the habits of this fish species and the ability of fishermen to withstand harsh conditions at sea. This is a hard job but brings a large income to many coastal fishermen, while contributing to providing a nutritious food source for the domestic and export markets. In addition to traditional methods such as hand line, long line or purse seine, today fishermen also apply many modern technologies to support more effective tuna fishing. One of the advanced technologies is the GPS positioning system combined with ultrasonic fish detectors. Thanks to that, fishing boats can accurately determine the location of tuna schools, avoiding costly movements without getting results. Large ships are also equipped with ice makers on board. Helping tuna after being caught to be preserved at the right temperature, maintaining its quality before being brought ashore for consumption or export. Tuna fishing is not simply an exploitation activity but also requires fishermen to have a deep understanding of the weather, ocean currents and living habits of tuna. Tuna often move along warm water currents, so fishermen must closely monitor oceanographic reports, current forecasts and sea temperature to determine areas where fish schools are likely to appear. In addition, fishermen must also base on the reproductive cycle and migration season of tuna to plan appropriate fishing, avoiding overexploitation that affects long-term resources. However, tuna fishing also has many potential difficulties and dangers. The open sea always contains risks from bad weather, storms, big waves to technical problems on the boat. Many trips last for months. Fishermen have to face poor living conditions, away from family and pressure from ensuring catch. Therefore, the resilience, flexibility and solidarity of fishermen are important factors that help them overcome challenges and reap the rewards after each trip. Currently, facing the decline of tuna resources due to overexploitation, many localities have focused on applying measures to protect and sustainably develop this resource. A number of tuna fishing programs according to international standards such as MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, have been implemented to control output, avoid catching young fish, and ensure that the marine environment is not negatively impacted. In addition, models of raising tuna in cages combined with natural fishing are also being researched and tested in many places, opening up a new direction for the fisheries industry. Thus, tuna fishing is a process that requires careful preparation, extensive experience and perseverance of the workers, not simply a livelihood. Tuna fishing also contributes to enriching the marine economy, preserving the unique culture of coastal fishing communities, and providing a source of nutritious food for domestic and international consumers in addition. An indispensable factor in the tuna fishing process is logistics and post-harvest preservation. Tuna is a fish with nutritious meat, especially rich in omega-3, protein and essential minerals. However, the quality of the fish will decrease rapidly if not handled and preserved properly immediately after catching. Therefore, on each ship, fishermen always prepare full refrigeration equipment, ice compartments and freezing systems to keep the tuna in the freshest state. After the fish is pulled up, fishermen conduct preliminary cleaning right on the ship by removing the organs, washing with seawater and quickly storing in the cold compartment. Some modern offshore fishing vessels also apply the freezing method at deep negative temperatures, helping the fish maintain the quality as if it had just been caught even when the trip lasts for weeks or months. Upon arrival, tuna are then classified by size, weight and meat quality to serve different consumption needs. from domestic processing to export to demanding markets such as Japan, Europe, America, not only stopping at exploitation and preservation. The tuna fishing process is also closely linked to subsequent processing and consumption activities. Many coastal localities have developed large-scale tuna processing factories, applying modern technology to produce diverse products such as tuna fillets, canned tuna, frozen tuna or smoked tuna. This processing process not only increases the added value of tuna products but also creates jobs for thousands of local workers. On the other hand, tuna export